Hello and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be about psychedelics and crypto. Um, Crypto, let's just get out of the way. It's the easiest to analyze. There was no bounce off the bottom, so right now it's a weekly bear flag. In the past 24 hours, the price has dropped maybe like 10%. So um, bears are in control. If you don't have a position, you don't have to rush. Dollar cost average down here, if you don't have a position. If you do have a position and you're sweating it, I don't know. That's tougher. That's more of a case by case basis situation. But if you don't have a position, just dollar cost average. Don't expect it to bounce anytime soon because it was the weakest of all the sectors in the recent bounce. And so that's pretty much it. So I don't expect a lot to happen in crypto in the next couple months unless there is news like an ETF. All right, so psychedelic stocks. Obviously, right, there's a little bit of news coming out regarding treatment with Alzheimer's, anxiety, depression. There's the Netflix documentary, How to Change Your Mind, and the book by the same author as the documentary. Other people are talking about it. I mean, Joe Rogan's been talking about it for a few years now. Mike Novogratz has been talking about it. They did a little bit about it on CNBC. And then recently, after the Bed Bath & Beyond gamma squeeze, I guess, the two investors that made like millions said they wanted to do the same thing with Mind Medicine, MNMD. And so that we had that like 60 to 80% move a couple days ago. And that's just a taste of what's to come. So, right now we're just watching the general market, the S&P, and all the other little sectors, so financial, energy, healthcare, QQQ. And we're gonna see if there is weekly consolidation upon us or if we're just gonna slowly grind up, right? Those are two different things. So if we consolidate on the weekly, build your positions. If we slowly grind up, build them but slower, right? Or wait until we do get weekly consolidation. It depends on what your what's the word, risk appetite is, or your aggressiveness towards investing. So you can do either very aggressive and buy in now, or you can wait for a good entry if you're patient. I want to allocate, let's say, to make it a easy round number, 10K. So far, I've done 1K. So I've done 10% of my what my allocation is planned to be, and I'm happy with that. If it goes up, at least I have some exposure. As it comes down, I'm going to buy more aggressively, and a lot of the names that I'm looking at have started to come down. So I'm going to start buying more aggressively. Shout out. What else? Yeah, so just a few of the names. I guess let's start with the sector as a whole. This is not an investment opportunity. This is a trading opportunity. So don't plan on holding any of these long term. It's like marijuana stocks in 2019. There's going to be a lot of hype. A lot of people are going to make a lot of money, and then nobody's going to touch it for years. So once you make your money and get out, don't go back in. Don't hold these. These are like NFTs. Like, you can make some money in the meantime, and then they're all going to lose their value and nobody's going to talk about it. So that's the way I'm approaching it for now. So with that being said, there's a lot of small cap options that have low liquidity and high volatility. Most people are going to go for those because people like to gamble and they want those like crazy, like 10,000% returns. I'm following Dan, the chart guy, and he is looking for volume, and he's looking for millions of dollars traded each day. So there's some companies that trade only like 15K per day. Those are too illiquid for him. And I agree, because if you can lose like 30% of your money in like 10 minutes because the stock's illiquid, then that's a bad situation. So try to look for companies that are relatively popular, have good liquidity, regulation. I don't know. Fundamentals aren't going to matter that much during this. So, you know, just find companies that you feel match your risk, like your allowance for risk and pain. So there are 5 things that I'm looking at. There are 4 companies and 1 ETF. So the ETF PSIL, it's like at like lows at year. I think it came out last year, but it's at almost an all-time low. So great time to dollar cost average. Yeah, so that's one that I'm just gonna buy and then wait. MNMD that I already talked about earlier. That's another one that I'm looking into. Yeah, it's like, I think right now it's like less than $1. So these are like kind of like penny stocks in a sense. Let me switch my arms. My arm's getting tired. These are kind of like penny stocks in a way, where the prices are low and the moves are going to be big. So you just have to be careful. So that's one. CYBN is another one. That one is more risky, also pretty cheap. So take your chances with it. What is ATAI is the next one. ATAI is okay. I'm still trying to figure it out. And then the last one is CMPS, Compass Pathways, I believe. That one was the sector leader for a couple weeks, and right now it's consolidating on the weekly. So that one I am buying more aggressively right now, and hopefully it'll regain its leader status. We'll see what MNMD does in the next couple weeks, to see like which of the sector leaders are going to be. As Dan said in one of his videos before, right now there's not a lot of companies, so the funnel effect is going to take place. So there's only a few names to choose from. So if you kind of spread out your chips amongst different ones, maybe you'll have a chance of hitting it. But that's not financial advice. For me, I'm gonna mix regular shares and options, but I'm gonna go heavier on the options, with expiry dates either in October or November. So we'll see what happens. So that's what I'm doing. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or send me a message, or ask me in person. But that's it. Have a great Friday, and I'll see you next time.